Greetings, it's Ian from RTO here. Welcome to Friday, and it's live album ranking day. And today we're going to have a look at Jefferson Airplane, formed in San Francisco in 1965, and one of the pioneering bands of psychedelic rock. And it sort of defined that San Francisco sound and the Bay Area. Very successful band, evolved into other versions like Jefferson Starship and Starship, but as Jefferson Airplane they released 12 live albums, which is pretty cool considering how long they were around. So we're going to have a look at them today. So coming in at number 12, recorded in 1968 and 69, it's called Blessed Its Pointed Little Head, and it was recorded at Fillmore East and West. Playing was Marty Balin on vocals and bass, Jack Cassidy bass and rhythm, Spencer Dryden on drums, Paul Cantor on vocals, Yorma Corhen on lead guitar, and of course Grace Slick on vocals. First thing that opens up this one is a little thing called Clergy. I don't know what it is, it's just like an intro, and then it goes in through a couple of tracks off Surrealistic Pillow. We have 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds and the brilliant Somebody to Love. Fat Angel, which of course is a Donovan song of his album Sunshine and Superman. That's a good song and they do a good version of it. Then Rock Me Baby from B.B. King from 1961. Then they do a side track called The Other Side of This Life, which is a track from a Fred Neil album called Belika and McDougal from 1965. It's No Secret from the debut album Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. Back to the Surrealistic Pillow for Plastic Fantastic Lover. Turn Out the Lights is next. Now this is a little noodling that they do while they put the lights up so they can see what's going on. And then they do a thing called Bear Melt. Now this comes from a freeform instrumental thing called The Thing, and that ends the album. It's a bit of a groggy recording, but it just shows what they were doing back in the early days. So I shall give this an RTO ranking of 6.5. Okay, coming in at number 11, recorded at the Fillmore Auditorium again. On 2 days, on the 25th of November 66 and the 27th, and it's called We Are Ignition as well. It's Grace Slick on vocals, Marty Balin, Yorma Corkin, Paul Cantor, Jack Cassidy and Spencer Dryden. This opens up with Plastic Fantastic Lover from the Surrealistic Pillow album. Then we get a track called High Flying Bird, which was a single by Judy Henske from 1963. Bring Me Down from the debut album Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. Then we go back to the Surrealistic Pillow, and it's DCBA25. And then a track that was recorded around the Pillow album but didn't get put on until the bonus, Go To Her. Then 2 more tracks from the Surrealistic Pillow, My Best Friend and the brilliant Rabbit Accord. Of course, It's No Secret from Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. She Has Funny Cars from the Pillow album. 3/5 of a Mile is on that one as well. The Other Side of Life, Tobacco Road, their version of that from Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. And then some more outtake sessions from the Surrealistic Pillow. We got J.P.P. McStep Blues, really good. She Has Funny Cars from the Surrealistic Pillow again. Fat Angel, the Donovan song. Then another version of Plastic Fantastic Lover. In the Morning from Surrealistic Pillow. Outtakes, 3/5 of a Mile. And then it goes through the same tracks again that we've already said. Let Me In, they add into the second set from Jefferson Takes Off and Today. And then they do this, remember, My Grandfather's Clock, that ends the album. Some, you know, it's nice to have all these tracks, but I think they could have just put one album of all the tracks that are played on them 2 days instead of putting both sets up. But that's just me. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 10 is a authorised release here in the UK, and it's called At the Golden Gate Park. Now, this was recorded on May the 7th, 1969. They was on the same bill as the Grateful Dead. And it includes tracks that was going to be on the Volunteers album that was going to be released in the November. So it's Marty, Grace, Paul, Yorma, Jack and Spencer. This one opens up with the Fred Neil track, The Other Side of This Life. Good track. Somebody to Love. All love. Then the first track off the brand new album Volunteers, The Farm. Then from Crown of Creation we have Greasy Heart. Great track. Good Shepherd from Volunteers. Plastic Fantastic Lover. Really good. Uncle Sam Blues, which is a traditional song, with a bit of a jam there. And then we have Volunteers from Volunteers, which was a brand new track in them days. White Rabbit, Why Won't You Try, Saturday Afternoon from After Bathing at Baxter's. Love that track. Then have a little bit of a jam. We Can Be Together, a bit of a jam as well, which was going to be on Volunteers. And then this one ends up with 3/5 of a mile in 10 seconds. It's a mono recording. You know, it's also, so these are new tracks, which were Volunteers, and was an album we come to love. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 7.2. Okay, coming in at number 9, another recording from 1969, and it's at the Family Dog Ballroom in San Francisco. Marty Bailey, Grace Slick, Paul Cantor, Yorma, Jack, Spencer Dryden, and special guest on the jam, Jerry Garcia. This one opens up with the Ballad of You, Me and Poon and Neil from After the Bathing at Baxter's. Really long version of this. It's quite good. It's some nice guitar work on that. The Good Shepherd from Volunteers is on here. We Can Be Together from Volunteers. Somebody to Love, always great. Grace always sounds great. The Farm from Volunteers. Crown of Creation from the titled. And then Come Back Baby. Was recorded by Hot Sauna, which is another band featuring these members. So it's a good song. We will be doing some Hot Tuna at some stage, I'm sure. Wooden Ships from Volunteers, written by Paul Cantor, David Crosby and Stephen Stills. Volunteers itself is on here. And then the jam with Jerry Garcia comes on, and this is quite long. It's 20 odd minutes. Yeah, another reason good recording of 69. There's so many. It's very raw as well. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7.3. Okay, coming in at number 8, we have 30 Seconds Over Winterland. And it was recorded in August and September in 1972, one part being in Chicago and the other in San Francisco. So it's Jack, Paul, Yorma, Grace. On electric violin we have Papa John Creech. On drums now John Barbata, and on vocals David Freeberg. First song on here is Have You Seen the Sorcerers, which was a single that was released in Japan. Then we got Feels So Good from Bark, great version of that. Crown of Creation's on here, lovely track. Then we have another track from Bark, Where the Earth Moves Again. Milk Train from Long John Silver. Some real later albums on here. Trial by Fire from Long John Silver, brilliant little track that is. Double Twilight Double Dealer from Long John Silver. What can you say about this one? It's towards the later of their career. You know, there were the tensions in there. I don't know, but Grace is absolutely on fire on this one. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.5. Okay, coming in at number 7. Not much I can tell you about this one, but it's called Return to the Matrix. It was recorded in 1968. It's Grace, Marty, Yorma, Paul, Jack and Spencer. They opened this one up with Somebody to Love from the Pillow album. Young Girl Sunday Blues. I love that track from After Bathing at Baxter's. She has Funny Cars from the Surrealistic Pillow album. Great track. Two Heads from After Bathing at Baxter's. Then we get Martha from the same album and Kansas City. Now this track actually became what we know as Crown of Creation. The Other Side of Life, the Fred Neil number. Today from the Surrealistic Pillow. Then we have the Won't Some Try Saturday Afternoon from Bathing at Baxter's, a really good version of that. It's No Secret and Blues from an Airplane off the debut album Jefferson Takes Off. Back to the Baxter's Bathing album, Watch Her Hide, and then we have 3 tracks from Surrealistic Pillow, The Plastic Fantastic Lover, White Rabbit, and 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds. Then we have 2 tracks from Crown of Creation, Shake a Little Joke, and Ice Cream Phoenix, which is a great long version of that. Then Donovan's Fat Angel, and this one ends up with The Ballad of You and Me at Pooh Neal's from the Bathing at Baxter's album. I'd say this is one of the best of them early albums. It's a good sound, good set. So I'm going to give that an RTO ranking of 7.6. Coming in at number 6. Last Flight is an authorised recording for the UK. And it's the Winterland Arena in San Francisco. Which has got more songs on it, and it's actually in a box set called Jefferson Airplanes Loves You. So it's Grace, Paul, Yorma, Jack, John Babata on drums, Papa Creech on violin, David Freeberg on vocals. So an introduction from Billy Graham, and then we go into Somebody to Love from the Surrealistic Pillow. Long John Silver then comes up with Twilight Double Dealer, Wooden Ships from Volunteers, The Milk Train from Long John Silver, Blind John, which is a single by Blind John, Mickey Hart, 1972. Come Back Baby is on here. The Son of Jesus from Long John Silver. Long John Silver itself, great version of that. When the Earth Moves from Bark. And then we have a track from one of Papa John Creech's albums, Papa John's Down Home Blues. Excellent track. Eat Starch Mum from Long John Silver's on here. John's Other, which is a hot tuna track that Papa Creech was involved in. It's from their first album, called First Pull Up, Then Pull Down. Trial by Fire from Long John Silver's on here. Lawman from Bark, great vocal. Then their little promo single, Have You Seen the Sorcerers? Then Ariel, Gang of Eagles from Long John Silver, excellent version of that. Feels So Good, 11 minutes of brilliance that is. Crown of Creation and Walking Through the Tutu from Papa John Creech's Filthy album. And we have Diana and Volunteers to end the album. Very nice that they've made this their very last concert into a full album. And I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 7.8. Okay, coming in at number 5, we have Grace's debut. And it came out in 2010. And it's an album that obviously first is Grace Slick's first performance. It was done on the weekend of the 14th to the 16th of October 1966 at the Fillmore Auditorium. So this is Grace Slick, Marty Balin, Yorma Paul. We got Bob Harvey on double bass, Skip Spence on drums. So the first track on this one is Fred Neil's The Other Side of Life. Then they do a Quicksilver Youngbloods track, Let's Get Together. Let Me In from Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. An unreleased track called Don't Let Me Down. They never released it on an album, but they played it live. Run Around from Jefferson Takes Off, along with Tobacco Road and It's No Secret. Kansas City, put the Little Willie Littlefield version. Bring Me Down, Don't Bring Me Down from Debut, and I Like It. High Flying Bird, the Junie Hensk track, and then Thing, the track that actually became Bear Melt. 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds ends this one. Not bad. I think Grace sounded very nervous, which is understandable. But it's nice that they've let this out. So I'm going to give this an RTO ranking of 8 out of 10. Okay, coming in at number 4. Sweeping Up the Spotlight, again from 1969. This was recorded on the 28th, 29th of November 69. And it was released in 1998. We've got Marty, Grace, Yorma, Paul, Jack and Spencer. Opens up with Volunteers, the track itself. Good start. Then it goes into Good Shepherd, which is another track from that period. The Fantastic Plastic Fantastic Lover. Brilliant track. Always good. Uncle Sam Blues. Nice bit of blues going on there. It's actually come from 1944. Oran Hot Lips Page sort of composed it. Then from the Surrealistic Pillow album, 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds. Can't go wrong with that. Then they do a Syl Johnson track from his Dresses Too Short album, You Wear Dresses Too Short. Nice version of that. Then Comeback Babies on here, which of course was recorded by Hot Tuna. Then we have Won't Try Saturday afternoon, by the Baxters, followed by The Ballad of Me, You and Pooh Neal. Bit of White Rabbit, so this all psychedelic. Crown of Creation, then Fred Neil's The Other Side of Life ends this one. Very good. The sound's a lot better on this one, which is the thing. Some of the sound of these early ones are rather good or rather bad. Now this is one of the exceptional ones, so I should give this an RTOA rating of 8.3. Coming in at number 3, we have Live at the Fillmore, and it's Signe Sings Farewell. I can't know how to pronounce the name. So you've got Signe Sing, Tolly Anderson on the vocals, Marty, Yorma, Paul, Bob, Skip, and it was done, I think, the day before Grace's debut, something like that. So you get first thing you just get this jam, man. It goes on for 9 minutes, and then they go do 3/5 of a Mile in 10 Seconds, some Surrealistic Pillow, Running Round This World from the Takeoff album. Brilliant version of that. Lovely to hear sing it. Come the Years from Jefferson Takeoff. Go to Her, which was from the Surrealistic Pillow Sessions. Fat Angel, the Donovan song, and I Like It from Jefferson Airplane Takes Off. Midnight Hour, the Wilson Pickett song, and they say goodbye to Signe Sing. Chauffeur Blues, High Flying Bird ends the thing. History that it was Signe's last performance with the band and singing songs that would appear on Surrealistic Pillow, so that's a bit of a novel. So I'm going to give this one an RTO ranking of 8.5. Okay, then coming in at number 2. This is recorded in 1967 at the Monterey Festival in San Francisco. released in 1991. Marty, Grace, Paul, Gorman, Jack and Spencer. Introduced by the one and only Mr. Jerry Garcia, which goes straight into Somebody to Love. A little bit of the other side of this life, the Fred Neil track. Then into White Rabbit from the Pillow album. Judy Hensk's High Flying Bird, which was quite popular for them to do at this stage. Today from the Surristic Pillow, followed by She Has Funny Cars. Then we go to the After Bathing at Baxter's for Young Girls Sunday Blues and the Ballad of You, Me and Poonie. Very short set, but a stunning set. The sound is good considering it was a festival. A couple of songs that were going to be on the new album, After Bathing at Baxter's as well. So I shall give this an RTO ranking of 8.8. But my favourite album, it's gone back, it's live at the Fillmore East, recorded on May 3rd and 4th, 1967 at Fillmore East, released in 1998. It's Marty, Grace, Yorma, Paul, Jack and Spencer. This opens up with a little intro which goes straight into the Ballad of You and Me and Pooh Neal from the After Bathing at Baxter's, followed by a track from Surristic Pillow, She Has Funny Cars. It's No Secret from the debut. Back to the Baxter's album for Won't Try, Saturday Afternoon. Then we have a couple of tracks from the Crown of Creation. We have Greasy Heart and Star Trek. Wild Time from the Bathing at Baxter's. Bit of White Rabbit. Thing, the little experimental free-for-all that became Bear Melt. Today from Surristic Pillow. The Other Side of Life, the Fred Neil number. Donovan's Fat Angel. Watch Her Ride. After Bathing at Baxter's ends the album. The little comments and then an encore with Somebody to Love. A fine recording. It's probably the best recording of them in their early days. You wouldn't think it was recorded in 1968. I love this album, so I shall give this an RTO ranking of 9 out of 10. So there we go, a little bit of Jefferson Airplane. Look out for live albums of Jefferson Starship in the near future. Okay, that's all for this one. We're back with a brand new album soon, and it's the new album from Robin Trower. So looking forward to that. So bye for now.